Hello everybody and welcome back to artofdino.com and saveearth.us, and I've got a nice collection of beautiful art and architecture here today from an 1810 book from France. I got it from David Rumsey, and so he always shows a lot of amazing things. His collection is incredible, but one of the main things I want to focus on this is looking at these pictures and envisioning which ones are missing the tops, because this is 1810, so that's post Big Reset. You never know when France's was. But that's what I think this was to document that. But look at the tops of all of these ones even here. They look like they're all missing something. And so I'm going to go through that with the intention of looking at these and finding those ones that I think are missing stuff, the tech that was lost. And so this is a brief description of it. The series of engravings is significant for documenting the architectural landscape of Paris during the late 18th and early 19th century. The collaboration between Gate and Ledoux combines artistic skill and architectural precision, capturing the essence of Parisian public buildings and their cultural importance. They're artistic and historic. But look at these. Again, look at the tops of all of those. They are all missing something. These ones, boom. I am willing to believe every one of them was missing something. And again, even if you look at the old buildings of old cities everywhere, they always have ethereal tech on them of some sort. These are in general missing at least those antennas, but I could see why they'd leave those out. But that bottom middle one, boom, that's definitely missing something. Could be a bell. It could be the ethereal tech. It could be something totally different that we don't even know. Some other kinds of systems that were built in that were eradicated, taken, melted down. And so they wanted to show them in this form, which was the form that would prevail in the future. So to me, it seems like they had the reset. They did a little bit of the cleanup. They did a lot of the work, and now it's time to document where they are. And then they can rewrite the history on them and retell what happened, what was here before, and whatever, to hide the true architects of all of this. Because look at this. Look at the amount of masterwork that goes into any of these things. And France, like Germany and Spain and all those places, have tons of buildings that are just unfathomable. Same things you'd see all over the world. Boom, like that one up north, you'd see that in Italy, you'd see that in America, you see that in Greece, you see it in France, you see it in Australia, you see it in New Zealand, you see it in Argentina, you see them everywhere. And so why is that? What is the link between what we're missing? No one ever knows about these. These are just the mansions, these houses, these rich people's houses that ended up claiming these houses at some point after whatever was here before us. The ones that built this were eradicated and moved on and left. But again, look at all of them. They just feel, even just from the art, they look like they're all empty. They look like they're missing something. They're incomplete, every single one of them. And look at the doors, all the symbols on them, the structures, the way that they're built to withstand a flood, withstand fire, withstand anything. Yet all these things were destroyed with just a simple fire when someone's cat's tail got hit by a candle and the whole city burned down. Or other nonsensical stuff. Boom, right at the top center, guaranteed had tech on it. Bottom left, 100% had a dome of some kind on it. Middle, fountain, not even to mention the power of the water. This is one of the most depressing things ever. My mom the other day just was telling me about DeSantis and the chemtrails, and I was like, Mom, I've been telling you this for 20 years. This is the first time you're saying it to me like you understood. I swear these past generations were so easy to dupe. It's the same thing with the water. When that generation of boomer mentality was coming in the early 1900s, like, how do you get people to be like, oh, my parents were drinking beautiful spring water and now I'm drinking poison, like, out of a plastic cup? What is, where did we go wrong? Look at that bottom center. I love that one. But look at all of these things. But you can do so much damage in a generation is the main thing, what I'm trying to say. Like, even this generation that was seeing these pictures, there'd be probably a few people that were like, yeah, that thing had a dome on the top. I remember that thing. Oh, the tech on each one of those 3 Arc de Triomphes was massive. Even Arc de Triomphes look like they're incomplete on the top. Looks like they're missing something or something was robbed from them. These two pillar things on the side look like they may have had something else coming out of them. Could have been a gold obelisk, anything that could have been written, anything jewels, anything precious that would have been immediately melted down. And if this civilization was as massive and capable of doing all these amazing things, like they are capable of just building this stuff, the stuff on the top was the prized possession. That was the true stuff. And that was the stuff that would give it away for future generations. So it had to be melted down to weapons, to put in private collections, to just thrown to the bottom of the ocean, whatever. They had to get rid of it. And these artworks are a way of doing that as well. And again, one generation would be like, oh, I remember when that had a dome there. He tells it to his family. They're dead in 50 years. No one ever remembers it because it's not written anywhere. And if it was, it could be removed from the collection of information that people have access to. So even these homes, they all look so unique. They all look amazing. That one on the top, there is not a shred of doubt in my mind that had a massive thing on the top. It might even go underneath as well. This is kind of the appearance of some mud flood style buildings. Although everything looks manicured, there still might be more underneath, and this might be the like the top surface, the new surface manicuring of all the grounds and whatnot. Whereas there could be more structures underneath. It could be so much under everything. And since they all had water systems, we know at one point, it was all gutted. Must have been built from the bottom up, I would like to believe. But I guess you can go under certain things as well, but all of this stuff. And I'm just rambling a little bit. But again, upper left, top, center, both of those, missing tops. 100%. Why else? What is the purpose of that circle if not to house something? Even the other ones that have the domes, you can see on the bottom left and the bottom middle, it looks like they're missing the tech that was on the top of them. And again, that one, the bottom upper left, you can see the military with the Capitol building in the distance. Why are those other ones not have those? I bet they did. And why the one on the bottom right looks like that is definitely missing something as well. Even an observatory, a clock, anything. There could have been a whole nother clock system and system of time that really displayed the flat earth, which would have been another target for them to get rid of. They left that one in Prague for a little bit, but they keep switching it, they keep tweaking it and making it more global. Whereas these kind of things could have been all over the place, and they could have been showing something much different than what the controllers want us to see. Again, all this stuff. It's just an unbelievable collection. I'm always blown away by France. I wish I could find a book like this from Germany. I bet that would be as equally impressive, if not more so. Even one like this in Spain would be a really beautiful thing. Or America would have been nice to see, catch them in a bunch of lies, but they probably got rid of books that were like that. That central one up in the top, the Palace of Justice, definitely had tech on the top. 100%. But you can just tell there's something just that feels incomplete about the ones that are missing certain things. Like the bottom right still looks like it's missing something. I don't even know what, but it could be anything. Could have been gardens on the top of these things. I don't know. And again, I'm all just pumping out theories based on some art, but which is at the very least, this architectural stuff is amazing to look at, amazing to see. Up there, the mill that goes underneath it, that waterway that goes underneath those top two ones, that is pretty impressive. So much stuff, like that dome right there. I picture that dome in the bottom left being possible to be on any of these other buildings, but they could just smash it off. They could get rid of it so easily. It looks, and again, when you see that one, you see it filling up that art circle, that art space. On the other ones, all look empty as a result. And again, Arc de Triomphe, they might have had something, but the spoils of war are not safe for anyone. So they are gone, they are hidden, and we don't know the true nature of all of these. But I wanted to bring them up and have you guys envision what I'm seeing. If maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, who knows? But to me, these things look incomplete without their. Look at those. Those look fitting. They look perfect. And I take the tops off of those and then go back and see what other buildings look like that. The majority of them do, and all of it was possible to lead us into the future in a beautiful way, where the collectors and controllers would not have been able to collect as much pain from us as they needed. So they had to make life tough and do everything the hard way instead of making it easy for all of us, because they don't like us. That's just the way it is. But I hope you all enjoyed this collection from beautiful France in 1810. Thank you all and bless you all from artofdino.com and saveearth.us.